Hey, so basically, you've got to ask yourself, do you want George Washington to be a representation of world peace and prosperity? Or do you want war, revolution, creating the slipperiest slopes where innocent people are harmed, the most desirable people are harmed? Okay, a slippery slope where you think, oh, everything's hunky-dory because the information comes in without George Washington effect, and you're simply saying, oh, it's a post, let's sit on this post, let's get the full shaft, let's give humanity the shaft, the post. The idea is, let's nominally pretend that we care. Let's use a name that says, oh, look, I've used this name, so therefore I must care. And in reality, you don't, because in reality, rebels are going to attack the softest targets, the most desirable targets. Okay, they're going to attack the officers and the generals, like the American Revolution, the convict mentality that George Washington is a nobody. And in the modern day, it's schools, it's the environment. Okay, what do you want? You want to have a fake George Washington, just a big post, so you can say, "Oh, let me sit on that post." Let's pretend like the posts in San Francisco, and we'll all sit on it, because wouldn't that feel great to have the Washington Post shoved up our butts, when George Washington is just a fake person, just like the Holocaust, as far as they're concerned, because George Washington is a nobody to the media, who would gladly take photos of massive destruction, the slipperiest of slopes, the most treacherous reality. To them it's a game, because George Washington isn't a real person. Instead, he is a fantasy, a fairy, if you will, that post, which in San Francisco people just love to go and sit on. They think, ooh, Elon Musk has a little sister, I'm going to sit on his rocket, so nobody gets to drive a roadster out in space. Oh joy. They're so clever for hiding that Easter egg. What was it? Okay, so this is the fictionalization of a real person, a reality. George Washington and the Revolution, as in the slipperiest of slopes, where reality is thrown in the toilet. The fictionalization of the Holocaust. Why not? Let's just pretend George Washington is a fake person, just a totem pole, just a rocket which we can conceal, we can just sit on it. Okay, this is, you might think this is crazy, but this is the reality. Okay, fine, show me the George Washington, and I will tell you about as close as you can get, because you cannot, the real ones are crushed by the weight of propaganda, of scam and scandal. Whoa, I am on a slippery slope here. So there's Kurt Cobain. Everyone knows, he's evil, but chemical warfare, that's perfectly normal. That's like Washington Post front page stuff. Kurt Cobain, a fake person, of course. Why? Because he's got a little sister, and he's got a strong paternal influence, biological paternal influence, not fake fathers, which is not to say that a stepfather isn't. The key to strengthening someone, to allowing them to be fake, empty, addressing, but not solving world peace in reality. What was that? Okay, so let's add to this George Bush, schizophrenic. The only reason we know him is because he went to school in New England. So when his little sister was born, he was hitting puberty. He could, technically chronologically could have been the father of his little sister. So this is sort of a differentiation. And he's in New England. He's not with his parents in the frontier, which West Texas really isn't the frontier. It's San Francisco and Seattle. Jim Morrison is there. His father is there Partly, not entirely. They're on the East Coast. And then, of course, Jim Morrison's father, who is there in San Francisco with his biological mother, his little sister, biological, all the nuclear family, and they wage war on Asia. They start that off. So the question is, Washington, is it a real person? Or is it just a post like a Tesla rocket, which people are trying to conceal? They're trying to sit on it. They're trying to say, oh, this is politically correct. We're going to shove this post wherever we want to. George Washington, oh yeah, we're going to give America and the environment the shaft, because there is no real person remotely like George Washington, who grew up in a diverse community, okay, and was not an evil person, was not an undesirable, that's for sure. The nonchalant ignorance is the same as saying school shootings are normal. This is, just every kid should get a gun, bombs. That's normal. Just random confusion. Everyone stampede. Go ahead and just free for all. Who cares where you're supposed to be? Just go get yours. Who cares? It's very technical, but who cares? Oh, oh wow. Because in the media, we are very calm. School children and Las Vegas concert goers are really not as important as us. We tell the news and you accept it. That's why we get the money and you get the fear. Because we are so marvelously good. Because we all have big sisters. And we're all gay, and we're all Jewish, and we're all bald and idiots, and we just don't care about school children or the environment. We don't care if the ancient forest burns, if technology could have saved it. All we care about is money. We love money. That's what the media does. The media has a love of money and nothing else. The innocent people, not their problem. They're getting the George Washington shaft. They're getting that. That's what the post is. The post is not a person, but it's rather a way to torture the people. A giant dildo, which like a $2 billion Tesla rocket, they will sit on. They'll say, oh, that feels good, Who cares about these school children? Who cares about people in hospitals or malls that burn? We're special. We don't need George Washington. George Washington is a fake person. The war, the slippery slope, that's all part of the plan. Just the body count. That's what the media gets paid to, count the bodies, because they love the money. And go through those pockets, and hey, you're going to find all kinds of interesting stuff.